Chopperworks. We build custom motorcycles and custom hot rods. Come on in, we'll give you a look around. These are some of my awards and some of my builds. I've been building custom motorcycles since I was 14 years old. Been building for myself since 1995. I have several magazine articles. Opened up in 95, having the first cover of Easy Riders. In 1999, Glenn sold Silver Bullet. The same bike was in Quick Throttle magazine, another Easy Riders publication. They liked it so much they used it twice. Then in 2000, I had my 3-day pan, my 1955 Panhead motorcycle. It's still in the neighborhood, sold it to a friend, still got visitation rights. This is my next Easy Riders cover. Lee Thomason's Green Redneck ended up in Mississippi. And then here in 05, I let Paulie Jr. share a cover with me of V-Twin magazine. Larry Moore's Honda VTX. As you see, I have no qualms about customizing anything. In 07, another chopper in V-Twin. This one was about 10 feet long. Built this for the guy I used to work with at Custom Cycles. In 2010, built my longest bike so far, Tom Gooch's 11.5-foot long redneck curves. Notice the holes through the gas tank. Won a lot of awards with this bike. My latest is Rob Jones's 92 Softail that ended up keeping the neck and the lower cradle and the title, and that's about it. This has a Ford dropped axle, down tube that's drilled, 250 swing arm that I make, all the sheet metal I made. These are some of our awards. These are from the American Motorcycle Museum for the AMA, Best in Show, Best Scratch Built, several other Best of Shows. I've been in 2 museum shows. Ed Youngblood from the Guggenheim exhibit set up this show at Columbus School of Art and Design where the VTX was. And then the next year he hooked me up and I had a bike in Miami College's School of Arts. Come on back and let's see the rest of the shop. Pay no attention to the garbage. Some projects underway. Redneck chopper. An RLNS Luxo liner, my personal 92 bagger, a few Honda 750 Cafe Racer projects. They did that live in the studio. I guess it was back in May they were here, and they said, "What do you want to hear?" I said, "I'd like to take them home." Over here we have some of the crew. My son Tim Amiot, my right-hand man Bob Grant. These are some of our other projects. This is the current 300 tire project. Getting ready to build a new fender for. This is one of our gas tanks. This is my handlebars. This is all my work on the rear fender.
accompanying him will be Mike Mills of REM on guitar, so that's always a nice added bonus. Joseph Arthur on Monday with Mike Mills.
Have a complete fab shop,
Keep it right
machine
here.
shop.
Lucinda Williams next at WNKU.
Support for WNKU comes from our members and from the Victory of Life Expo.
Opened up my shop in 1995. This is my third location.
How long have you been building motorcycles?
Oh, I've been building custom motorcycles since about 1982. I've been working on motorcycles since I was 14, and that's too long ago to remember. But I started building custom motorcycles for myself in 1995, after I got tired of punching a clock at the machine shop. And
Right.
been doing it ever since.
Tell us a little bit about your special skills.
Well, I'm a machinist, welder, fabricator, designer, and an artist. Not only do I build custom motorcycles, I build custom hot rods, and another little sideline, I do bonsai trees.
What kind of builds are you known for? What is your signature?
Well, that's my biggest thing. I don't have a signature style. I try not to do two things twice. I don't like it when you can walk down Bike Night and you say, oh, there's a Sucker Punch Sally, there's a this, there's a that. When I look at my bike, and the only signature I want them to have is that they're all clean and simple. Nothing that doesn't need to be there, no excess BS.
Right. Tell us a little bit about your right-hand man. How long have you known each other and the dynamics of your relationship?
Oh, Bob and I have known each other for 30 years. Bob's basic job is to keep me in business and keep me in line when he's here. When I get busy, Bob keeps parts moving out the door, keeps work moving out the door. When I'm working on a custom build, Bob concentrates on the day-to-day business while I can keep all my energies and time devoted to the build.
Tell us briefly about the other guys on your team, their special skills and personality quirks.
Well, like I said, Bob and I have known each other for 30 years. That's why we get along so well, because our quirks are about the same. We're both grumpy old men. We don't get in too many arguments. We don't have any drama around here. Come in, we get our work done, and we go home. Then my son Tim comes in and helps when we get really busy or when we need a lot of heavy lifting.
All right. How would other guys describe you?
Most of them probably is an asshole.
Are you competitive?
Oh, very. I've always been competitive. Raced motorcycles since I was 14 years old. Always compete in shows. To me, second place is first loser.
All right. Are there any people you'd want to compete against and stomp?
Oh, everybody, but problem is around here that just makes it too easy. No one does what we do. We can build a bike from the ground up. We could build the frame. We could build the parts. We build the sheet metal. Most everybody else in town are just catalog builders. They order parts, put them together. Maybe tweak this part or that part, but that's as far as it goes. As far as I'm concerned, any shop that wants to come up against us, we're just going to kick their ass.
Tell me why your team could beat any other team in the build-off.
Oh, because we've known each other so long, we work so well together. There's not a lot of fussing and fighting and arguing.
How well do you work under pressure?
Oh, it seems like pressure is just all it is around here. Whenever we're showing, it's always the last minute, and everything always makes it to the show, so pressure's not a problem.
What are the potential challenges you foresee in a 5 to 6 week build?
Well, I think the worst part of that will be getting everything painted. As far as the fab work goes, anything that's in-house is under control. Won't be a problem to get it in the door and out the door. But anytime I have to send anything out, that's when the trouble starts. That's why we try and do as much as we can in-house.
Thanks, Bob Grant. Working here at Chopperworks.
All right, give us a little bit of background in the motorcycle industry.
Started working at a custom paint shop when I was 15, doing all the sanding on a lot of the custom bikes and help assembly on them. Started riding them when I was 15, and pretty much been doing it all along.
How long have you been building motorcycles?
Started building my own bikes when I was about 19, so that was a little more than 35 years.
Tell us a little bit about your special skills.
Been an ASC certified mechanic since 1978. I got real strong mechanical ability as far as putting together and figuring out stuff. Fair on fabrication and building stuff, but still my strong suit is definitely the mechanical ability on putting stuff together.
What kind of builds are you known for?
I used to build a lot of long, tall choppers. Built those for years. 20 over front ends, 10-foot long motorcycles. A lot of people know me for doing that and seeing the bikes I used to build.
How would other guys describe you?
Pretty easy going, decent as far as mechanical ability, and usually had a pretty wild looking motorcycle, and always fast.
Are you pretty competitive?
Yes. I like to be competitive, like to show what I can do versus other people.
Who would you like to compete against and stomp?
I really don't see anybody that's competition for us anymore, because nobody really builds custom bikes. They just take stuff out of a box and put it together and call that a custom bike.
Tell me why your team could beat them, if anybody, in a build-off.
Goes back to the same thing. They just build boxes and bike builds, and nothing that everything's really ever done. Just buy it off the shelf, put it on a bike, and call that a custom bike.
How well do you work under pressure?
Being as I was a mechanic for years at dealerships, pressure doesn't bother me a bit. I'm used to deadlines and used to have to get stuff done by the end of the day.
What are the potential challenges you foresee in a 5 to 6 week build?
Well, the biggest thing is trying to get it painted and get it back and get it assembled in time. The fab work and the assembly we can take care of with no problem.
Do you have any funny stories you'd like to share?
Yeah, no, not really. I mean, I've known Jim for more than 30 years, so the funny stories are awful old by now.
Introduce yourself.
My name's Timothy Amiot. I'm a shop owner's son. I've been riding motorcycles as long as I can remember. Dad got me a dirt bike at 14 years old. We used to race in the side yard. He used to win every time.
Tell us about some of your special skills.
Tool of choice is a broom and a mop. I kind of just go get the parts, help lift the parts, you know, turn a wrench here and there, guide stuff, learning as I go.
Are you a competitive person?
Absolutely. I mean, from racing to sports, it doesn't matter. I want to win at everything.
Who would you like to compete against and stomp?
Big TV names would come to first mind. I've seen a lot of the TV shows out there, some of the big names. I'll take any of them. I think my dad can beat every one of them.
How well do you work under pressure?
Personally, great. The shop's great. I know they've had to build a bike at a show, took a lift and everything, put it together at Cavalcade. So.
What potential challenges do you foresee in a 5 to 6 week build?
Back orders on any kind of motor part or paint, anything that comes from someone else, shipping.